Welcome tankers, cooBLIMEY here, and today I have a really special video for you. 3 marks of excellence in the M41 Walker Bulldog. And first I thought I'd show you this. How often do you get to see 6 skills being chosen? And to give you an idea of how hard it is to get those higher levels of skills, just a week later I'm now up to 50% on the next skill, but I've got over 6 million XP to go to get it. 6 million, so in about 5,000 battles in the Walker Bulldog, I'll be able to upgrade the skill once more. The skills go up in an exponential fashion, so each one gets considerably harder to get and takes a lot more games. So, to start this battle, I'm gonna sit here and try and shoot invisibly through the bushes and spot anyone over in the west and moving towards the west. And hey, we get a lucky shot, set someone on fire, or maybe his fuel tank. Now I'm gonna reload and get behind the bush so that I'm not spotted, but there doesn't seem to be anyone there. And I'm not moving into the center because, as you can see, the bridge, my team left it completely uncovered. So I'm expecting tanks to come through the bridge any second now, and of course one does. So I'm going to pull back and try and stay invisible as I shoot through this bush. It probably won't work for very long. But he doesn't realize we're here, and we get a kill. And now I pull forward again to get cover behind this bush so that these guys can't see me as I shoot at them. I'm going to try and take his track off there. If you shoot at the front wheel and penetrate, you'll take their track off, usually. And, of course, he gets away, but luckily pulls out and we get the kill. And now I'm going to reload quick and still stay prepared, because I'm expecting more tanks to come through the bridge. And, of course, just as you're reloading, one does. And now I'm gonna try and save our Artie. I don't know how, because I've got a long time to reload. So I was gonna try and stay invisible as long as possible, and now I figure I gotta get between him and Artie so that he's shooting me instead of our Artie, but I'm too late. But we get the ram and the kill. Now, as I look up to the north, all we have are a low health Hellcat and a Type 58 against a KV-1 or KV-85 and a Ferdinand on full health, and that is not much of a battle. So I'm gonna hug the wall here so that they can't see me until the very last second and get all my speed up. And I'm gonna start with the heavy tank first because I know the other guy can't turn around. So. And this guy's got a really good gun, so I want to get him out as quick as possible, and then we can worry about the Ferdinand, because he doesn't have a turret, and as always, we're going to try and get behind him. So I'm going to try and stay behind him and prevent him from being able to get his back against a wall, because if he can get his back against a wall, he can usually push through you and get his gun on you. So I've got to stay right behind him, and he's smart, he knows he doesn't want me behind him. But, and as you can see, he's slowly being able to force his way through that. So, we're going to have to get around the other side as I reload here, and hopefully we can save our friend. And it looks like we can. And that's our 7th kill. And there's our 8th kill and Radley-Walters. And if you notice, I didn't get hit by a single shell. All the damage I took was ramming damage. So 8 kills and not getting hit once. Now these are I'll show you maybe 3 of the last half-dozen battles I had before I got the 3rd mark of excellence. So this is battle number 2, and we'll show you one more battle after this. So on this map, I often like to go down into the center because people are deathly afraid of the center of this map because there's nowhere to hide and you get spotted from a mile away. So it's often a pretty good spot to passive scout because I know if you sit behind a bush, no one's going to spot you until 100 meters maybe. It used to be 50, but now tanks they must have changed the spotting mechanics, because you're getting spotted through bushes all the time now. But luckily, I can shoot here without being seen. You wouldn't want to do this on a tier 10 battle because almost everything has maximum view range. But then again, in tier 10 battles, teams often end up just going into the top left corner with maybe some down in the bottom right. So even though you're in much greater danger of being spotted, there's often less tanks around to cause you damage. So this is not a bad spot. You can often get away if you get spotted down here, and you can do some great spotting damage. So I don't mind the center of the map at all. And this guy, in case he has binocs, I'm not going to fire until he moves. And luckily he did move. And we should be able to get the kill here. And we do. And we've already had a very good game. And I'm going to reload. With the Walker Bulldog, I tend to reload a lot, often after I've only taken 3, 4, 5 shots. Just because I like to have the full 10 rounds, because often you'll need it, especially if you're up against tier 10s. You might have to do 1500 burst damage to kill one of them, and you don't want to die because you only had 5 shells loaded. So if I figure I'm safe and there's probably not going to be too much to shoot at, I'll often reload. And it looks like the LTTB drove off a cliff and lost half his life. So now I'm pretty sure the north is fairly open, so I am going to move up and try and get spots up on anyone on the ridge. And because of proximity spotting, you automatically spot anyone within 50 meters. If someone's up at the top of a hill, you can often get to the bottom of a hill and spot them right through the mountain. But it doesn't appear that anyone's there, which is great for me, because then I can just sit here and shoot at all their tanks. I'll take a few clutch shots there and hope one of them hits. So now I'm going to go look for their Artie or that LTTB. Now, I use Old School's Pro Mod, and it has a new marker that tells you whenever a tank gets spotted, it tells you what direction it is. I don't think I really like it because, yeah, it's often telling you, oh, look over here, there's a tank, but it's behind a mountain and you can't hit it. So it's just a distraction. I don't really care for it at all. So I don't know why this LTTB is running away from me. The LTTB is one of the few scouts that's actually hard for a Bulldog to kill. Because it's got decent armor, its turret is really fast, it can turn really fast, so they're hard to circle. And they do a ton of damage. So I'm gonna, while I'm safe here, I'm gonna reload. And uh-oh, not a tank I want to see. He's more than capable of one-shotting me, so I want to be careful. And I want to get as close to him as possible while he's backed off behind the mountain. I want to be as close to him as possible because he has a fairly fast reload, so I want to be able to get behind him as quickly as I can with only, if I have to, take one hit. But if you're 200 meters away, he'll have time to reload before you can get behind him. So I want to close as much distance from him as I can, and luckily he didn't come over the mountain as I went over to shoot the 416. So I want to keep this mountain between me and him, so again I can get as close as possible before he spots me, because I'll be expecting him to come over the hill pretty soon. And now is not the time I wanted to see it. I would have liked a few more seconds. So I try and swerve and get him turning so his reticle will be blooming, so there'll be a lesser chance that he'll hit me. And luckily he's shooting HE, and it doesn't kill me. Just does my track and some damage. And that's more than enough to get behind him. and finish him off. And we better get out of here pretty quick, because this guy is trying to go right up our ass, and the other already misses a shot. And now we gotta reload. So I don't know if I'll be able to kill him before this guy does. So I wanna be the one spotting him, so at least I get the spotting damage. And if we're lucky, we might reload in time to get a shot into him. So while he's worried with my friend, we'll take a shot in midair and miss, and we get the kill and the top gun. So now we are on the other side of the same map. And if you ever wondered why it seems like you get the same map over and over again, that's because having a bunch of maps running at the same time is actually hard on the servers. So Wargaming only has, I think it's 4 or 6 maps in rotation at any given time. So yeah, you can only get those few maps. And then every half hour or hour, they rotate them and add new maps in and drop some. So that is why you continually get, you know, the same map 3 times out of 5. So again, I'm going to come into the middle and find a bush and sit here and passive scout. And you'll, if you can prevent yourself from shooting, if you can just sit in the bush and look at these guys and not fire, good on you, and you'll do a lot better than me. I can't for the life of me sit here and have shots at the side or back of a tank and not take them, even though I know it's going to spot me and it might kill me. I'm way too impatient that way. But luckily I get away with it here again. No one can spot me, because, as I mentioned before, everyone is deathly afraid of the center of this map. It's great. You can, about maybe half the time, you can get away with firing invisibly down here, but yeah, don't expect to all the time. And especially not in higher tier battles, because you'll often be spotted as soon as you shoot. But on occasions like this, when you get lucky and no one is looking, you can just sit here and take shots the whole game with impunity. Critical hit. So I'm more than happy to just sit here and play sniper. And the Bulldog actually does make a very good sniper. Its gun is accurate enough, and it's not great penetration, but it's good enough. So again, I'm going to reload. Target unlocked. And then I'm thinking I'll probably take a shot at this Roomba once I'm reloaded. And we get a lucky shot. Only a bit of his wheel was sticking out there, but enough. And we get a kill. And here, I know I can't penetrate his turret, but maybe I'll get lucky and take his front wheel off, because if you could track him there, he's in deep trouble. And I'm not even going to take this shot, because that's pretty much a guaranteed bounce or miss. So I'll just fast forward here until something happens. And I figure I'll move forward. Since I'm firing there and not getting spotted, I know there's really not much up on the ridge in front of me, so we might as well go try and get around behind all these guys up in the northwest. Because if you can get triangulated fire, get your team firing at the front and backs of tanks, it's not going to be a very long game. So I'm going to try and sneak in here behind them. And exactly what I didn't want to see, an M103 right in front of me, and I don't have the gun depression to shoot him in the side. Of course, isn't that always the case? A little tiny hill right when you don't want it. So he must be reloading, or else he would have just come forward and tried to kill me.
I don't see the target.
And it was unlucky we didn't get the kill there. So I figure I'm full health, and I can kill this M103, I don't need to reload, and I'm willing to take a hit to do it. And not many people are. I'm one of the few people. I never see anyone who is willing to take a hit to go get a kill. And I don't know why. Like, why on earth wouldn't you trade 400 damage to kill a tier 9 heavy? But of course, the kill was stolen again, and now we'll reload, and then go get this guy. So I'm going to wait until I'm pretty close to reloaded before moving out into danger. See if we can spot him here, but, where did he go? So you'd think he would have been spotted if he went that way. Did he go back in here? Oh, no, he's down in the center of the map. Kind of an odd place to hide. So we'll see if we can go get shots at him. And of course he disappears just as we get the shot. And now he's ours.
Enemy is hit. Enemy on fire.
And did someone steal the kill again?
That one didn't go through. That one bounced. Enemy is hit.
So now I'll take the time to reload, and I'm going to go down to the center again. If I can't do the damage, I want to at least get the spotting damage. So I'm going to go and try and spot them one at a time here. So I'm going to try and keep buildings between me and where I think they are. Oh, and there's one guy, and he spots me through a bush. Through 2 bushes. Oh, and there's the other one. Not where I wanted to see him, but that's okay. Again, I'll take a hit to get a kill. And the game is over. And that was 3 marks of excellence in the Walker Bulldog. Oh, and if you've been wondering where I've been for the last little while, well, I've been alpha testing Armored Warfare, and the non-disclosure agreement ends tonight, so get ready for a bunch of Armored Warfare videos coming soon. Thanks.